Hey world, Jeff Klima here from New Media Rockstars. I'm about to Skype with Alex Day. He's a YouTube musician. He's also a vlogger, kind of a podcaster. Guy wears a lot of hats. Long story short, I'm super excited to talk to him and find out just what the hell is going on in his world. So, hey Alex, how's it going?
Hello, my name's Alex Day. I just broke one of my guitar strings while tuning, but I'm going to try and you a song with the other five. This is called Forever Yours. We sing together out of key. Although we try, it seems we just can't find our harmony. We just don't fit each other's frequencies. That makes you out of reach. And I am finally accepting that about you and me. It's plain to see we only ever want to stay inside and watch TV, because that's just as good a memory. You're just good company. And I am finally accepting that. And by the time when we stole the whole day, nobody knows it, took it away, and it will be forever mine, and it will be forever yours. Now we own the night, and it can't be undone. We'll never forget how it feels to be young, 'cause it will be forever mine, and it will be forever yours. Come on, darling, have some indecency. You know there's nothing you can say that would embarrass me. I heard a song tell me that talk is cheap, but it's all you do with me. And I am finally accepting that it's just our routine. We try and dream and buy the things we said we'd buy when we got more money, all in the name of making memories. That's what you want with me, and I am finally accepting that. Remember the time when we stole the whole day, and nobody knows it, we took it away, and it will be forever mine, and it will be forever yours. Now we own the night, and it can't be undone. We'll never forget how it feels to be young, 'cause it will be forever mine, and it will be forever yours. Remember the time when we stole the whole day? Nobody knows it, we took it away, and it will be forever mine, and it will be forever yours. Now we own the night, and it can't be undone. We'll never forget how it feels to be young, 'cause it will be forever mine, and it will be forever yours. This will be forever mine. This will be forever yours. Now we own the night, and it can't be undone.
Nice, nice. And I'm glad you opened up with Forever Yours there, because this song has such a cool backstory to it of how it kind of jumped onto the UK pop charts. And I don't want you to tell the whole story because it's a crazy big long story with a lot of twists and stuff. But just kind of give us our viewers like the sum up of what happened with that.
Okay, yeah. So I've been releasing music for about 3 years, and I had two albums out, and then after my second album, I was like, okay, I just want to focus on making one really good song, instead of trying to do 10. So I went into the studio and recorded three or four things, and there's this one that I really liked, which is called Forever Yours. Um, but yeah, that I think came out just really, really well out of the ones I recorded. So a friend of mine said that I should go for the Christmas number one in the UK, which is kind of like the biggest chart in the of the year. And a lot of big artists just release songs to try and get there. So I announced this campaign online, like I'm going to get the Christmas number one. I didn't think I'd actually get anywhere close to it, but I thought it'd be fun to try. And what ended up happening was the music video went online and got it's on I think 5 million views now. It got about 1 or 2 million initially, and when my song went live on iTunes, it sold 100,000 copies around the world. So yeah, it got to number one and broke a Guinness World Record for the highest charting single by an unsigned artist. And I didn't expect any of those things. and it was like a real kind of kickstart to my career really. Whereas before I was just release an album and say the album's out, and that was just all I did.
Now, in a different vein here, what is a Nerimon?
Well, when I was 10, I wrote a series of stories, well, like fan fiction about Digimon, the cartoon Digimon, and so I was in these obviously, and I had my own little Digimon that I invented, who was called Nerimon, and it was just a word that I made up, so it wasn't taken as a username or anything. So whenever I used to sign up to websites, I would sign up as Nerimon because it was just a little unique word, and I never thought I'd have to explain it to people like yourself many years later in informal settings.
Well, now that it's out there in the public, now we all know what it is. You'll never hopefully have to explain it again. So it's a good
Yeah.
story, though. I like that. Now you're kind of this. You're a very stylish kind of guy.
Oh,
Who
thank you.
really? I mean, who influences your style?
Um, I don't know. I don't have any one particular person that I really sort of look to as like a style inspiration or anything. I've always just thought really hard about the expressiveness of the things I wear. So, for example, like I wear kind of like patterned jeans and stuff typically because most people express themselves with like the top halves. They wear like really cool t-shirts and just plain jeans. And so I just thought, well, I want to just express myself with all of my body. So I looked for like just kind of quite vibrant jeans and stuff. Um, and I like the idea of having shirts that have things that shouldn't be on shirts, if that makes sense. Like I had a t-shirt that used to be a map like a composition notebook pattern. This is like a snakeskin kind of pattern. So yeah, like things that normally shouldn't be worn. I like having those sort of designs.
Nice. Well, you pull it off. It adds to the whole oeuvre of your look and style. But who
Thank you.
influences you musically then?
There's like whenever I say specific artists, I'm always conscious of the fact that some of those artists just have songs I don't like. So if I say like I really like the Beatles, but I don't like a lot of the Beatles stuff. So like the Beatles do influence me a lot, just the way they wrote melodies and their song structures and things. I really liked Bruno Mars's first album. So because my music is quite sort of mainstream, I guess, like it's not, it's just quite catchy and commercial and like fun and poppy. So I listen to a lot of mainstream stuff, I guess, to try and see what people are doing. Yeah, so I like, Lady Gaga. I really like Michael Jackson, hugely. So as I'm learning more about music production, I'm kind of listening to his stuff a lot and getting more from that. So yeah.
All right. Now you have a new album. It's Epigrams and Interludes, and that's kind of coming out soon, right?
Yeah, it's March 17th.
So I mean, tell me, like, give me a little more on that. Like, uh, what are we going to be seeing with the album? I mean, is it kind of a what style of music? Is it a departure from your previous albums?
Sure. What I wanted to do, because so after Forever Yours happened, I spent all of last year just releasing individual tracks, just singles, and I released one every 2 or 3 months. In total, I released about six, and it really started to work for me. This sort of singles model, I really really liked it. And so then, in thinking about why I'd ever release a full length thing again, I had to kind of rethink about what it is that I get out of having an album or having a full length collection of stuff. And the main thing is like when you're trying to get into an artist that you've just heard of, the newest album is the sort of reference point. You don't look at the last single they released, that you look at the last kind of full thing they put out. And so yeah, so this is a real kind of almost like a mixtape of it's got all of the singles from last year on it. Yeah, it's like a good just sort of like the best of what has come before, and then like the newest things all in kind of one.
Now I love you have your Nerimon YouTube channel is pretty fantastic. You've got a lot of very opinionated up posts and uploads that you do, and I love it. I think it's great. But you seem to
Thank
reject a lot of like pop culture stuff, like Breaking Bad. You were against. I remember you did one where it started like it was going to be the Harlem Shake, and then you said nope. Uh, Now is that
Yeah.
kind of an act, or I mean, are you just not about pop culture, or
Well, with the Harlem Shake thing, I just sort of didn't see the point. So I was just, it was one of those things where everyone I knew was just getting really annoyed by seeing all these videos pop out of nowhere. So I decided to just make my little joke was just I'd pretend I was going to do it and then go Not really, because I am cool or whatever. But yeah, the Breaking Bad thing, it's just like it's one of those things that people are famous now for evangelizing Breaking Bad, and so I thought it would be funny just to yeah, just try and tell the internet as politely as I could. Can you please stop telling me to watch Breaking Bad, please? So yeah, it's just my little ways of just kind of having fun with my audience, I guess, more than anything.
Now, do you feel like YouTube, I mean, kind of going through YouTube like you have, do you feel like it's allowed you to be more successful than maybe if you went through a more traditional channel?
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. Like one of the things that's most important to me is not talking about music all the time because, and that's what most musicians do on YouTube. But I just don't really. I feel like more people would benefit from just making videos about other stuff because I'm not just a musician. Like I'm not just what I do. And um, and if I only made videos, playing songs or talking about my tour or my new album or something, then I feel like people would only watch me if they liked my music, and if they didn't like my music, they just wouldn't get anything out of what I was doing. Whereas now, because there are people that don't like my music that might just be entertained by me anyway. They're going to stick around and watch what I do, and then when I announce my new album and it's like 4.99 on iTunes, they're like, oh, maybe I will pick that up, and it's just a good way of kind of keeping people around, I think.
Yeah, you're definitely, and like I said, yeah, I enjoyed your commentary, and you're very funny, but also kind of crude sometimes. Do
Yeah.
you catch any flack from like the moms of the younger viewers, or the moms kind of fans too?
I don't know if they know. Like I feel like when you're watching YouTube, it's a very private thing. Like you look at video stats and it's like I'm broadcasting to 500,000 people or something, but it's really not. It's just, you're broadcasting to the one person who's sitting on their computer watching you. So like I've always said that my audience, if they're gonna click on one of my videos, they should probably just put headphones in just in case I like right off the bat just start off by like swearing really loudly or something. So they're sort of trained and now like it's one of my videos comes out, they can like just pop their headphones in or turn the volume down, and then it's like they're in kind of secret little world. It's fun.
Now, speaking of your fans, have you had any like crazy stalker stories yet?
I okay. So yeah, so once I was sitting at my old flat. We've moved house now, but I used to be at this flat, and I was in the living area, and we were on the ground floor. We had a little patio outside, and then beyond that was like a public footpath, and there was a fence in between and a row of bushes. Um, so I was sitting in the living. I had a bacon sandwich. I was just about to bite into it, and I looked up, and in the little common area just behind the bushes, there was a kid with one of my band t-shirts on with a camera, just staring at me, and I like locked eyes with him, and we just looked at each other for a second, and then he just slowly just lowered himself down behind the bushes until I couldn't see him anymore. It was really, really creepy, and I tweeted saying, "This is not how you meet me. Can you not do that, please?" And we were planning to move anyway, so that was fine. We moved a couple months after that. But that was weird because people, it's almost like Where's Wally? It's like the fact that they'd found where I lived, they felt like it was like a really cool thing and that it was okay to just be like, you're really awesome. I mean, like, it's really, like, I'm very flattered that, they liked me and stuff, but that's my little private space. Like, I haven't shared my address with the world for a reason.
Now, you're also in a band, Chameleon Circuit, I believe, and I guess Wired at one point noted that you guys could have like several chart toppers and be a huge band, except you kind of go with this really nerdy, kind of silly content. So, I guess what I'm saying, like, do you ever think about like changing the content just to kind of sell out? Let's say.
Yeah, it's always nice knowing you could be big, but you're choosing not to be. Yeah, so we're in this band write songs about the sci-fi show Doctor Who, and it was really just like a fun side project that we all just decided would be fun to do, and so we've released two albums, and that's its own thing. So if we ever got together to write songs that weren't Doctor Who songs, then we wouldn't be Chameleon Circuit because that's what that project is designed to do, really. But we were all of the members of that band are individual musicians anyway that release solo stuff. So we have our own outlet for our own, non-sci-fi TV show songs.
Now, on your website, you have the most amazingly bizarre video of a naked man dancing in front of a pirate screens, pirate films. How did you find this video?
Um, yeah, I have a friend round who's currently downstairs playing Limbo on the Xbox, and she said, "Have you seen the video of the naked guy dancing to the Pirates of the Caribbean?" And I said no. So she showed me it, and I decided it's got about 80,000 views at the moment. It's been online about 3 months, and I decided that I wanted to make this the biggest thing in the world because I thought it was really funny. And so I tweeted it, I put it on Facebook, put it on Tumblr. I emailed a few friends of mine and said, "Can we please make this as big as possible?" So yeah, I guess I didn't think about it from a professional perspective. That if you go to my blog, the first thing you now see is a naked man dancing to Pirates of the Caribbean. But I just thought it would be worth sharing. Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad and sad that you did because now I know about that. But like, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Now we sat there and we kind of pitched on Twitter that we were going to be speaking with you, and
Cool.
so we had some excited fans, and so of course they pitched some questions, and we grabbed a couple of them just to ask you. So Smoshy Boxman writes, pancakes versus waffles.
Thank you for starting with such a hard-hitting question. I shouldn't be thinking too much about it. Pancakes.
Okay, good. Now, and then Theo Joe writes, what's one quality or characteristic every video someone uploads should have, or if there's more than one?
Ooh, I think just honesty, because I think if you're trying to make videos because you want to be famous or something like that, then people sort of notice that, and like the internet's very good at spotting integrity in people, I think, and shaming them if they don't have it. So yeah, I think just being honest about what you're sharing.
Now, you have any plans to tour to support the new album?
I actually don't. I tend not to gig much because my audience, because of YouTube, my audience is global. So if I announce I'm doing like a tour of the UK, then all the comments are just people not in the UK, like, oh, why can't you play in my city? So I'll do a tour at some point when I can go to a lot of the world at once. I think that would be really awesome. For now, it's like the equivalent. I see it as the equivalent of when people play in bars or whatever to try and get noticed. I just play on the internet, so I'm going to keep doing that and hope that it gets me as far as it can.
Well, since we're an internet magazine, I'm thrilled that you've chosen to do that. So, Alex Day, thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us. And like I said, I'm excited for the new album.
No, not at all. Thanks, man. It's really nice to chat to you.
No, for sure. All right. Well, you have an excellent day, and we'll talk later, huh?
Sweet. Cool. Take care.
All right. Thank you very much.
Tell stories that are going anywhere. Toast pops, you scream somehow. Always unprepared, heard the